Right before online multiplayer was the norm for console shooters, a common sight for games like GoldenEye was 4-player split screen, and a very common rule of etiquette when you have 4 people looking at one TV is to not peek at the other player's quadrant of the screen, which would give you the unfair advantage of finding out where they're situated or what they're equipped with. Well, developer Samurai Punk not only wants to bring back that taboo act, they want to turn it into the primary gameplay mechanic with Screencheat. By turning all players invisible and having split screen active even when you're online, everyone has to keep an eye on all 4 characters at once in order to figure out what they're shooting at. This is made easier by color-coded areas and your weapon giving away position when you fire it. Combined with a very basic assortment of weapons, this unconventional competitive game brings a very different take to the well-worn genre. Screencheat has a handful of maps to play each of the modes on, which include your normal deathmatch, equivalents to King of the Hill and Oddball, a mode where you can't reload until everyone has used up their ammo, and the special murder mystery mode, in which you're given a mark to assassinate and your only clue is the color of the area they're currently in, along with the weapon you're required to kill them with. This mode actually allows players to concentrate on just the screen of their target, but if they can process everything going on, they can also get an edge by avoiding players they're being chased by. Depending on the map, the modes will play better or worse, but the oddball variant, called Capture the Fun, in which one player holds on to Pinata for as long as possible, certainly seems weaker on certain stages. 2 of the maps, while less symmetrical, are a bit of a pain to navigate, and I spent more time waiting for other players to reach my location, rather than be on the move and seek them out myself. Since you can change to any weapon when spawning, and there's no health to worry about, our players spent all their time killing each other in one small and familiar section of a map, since there's no real incentive to explore around to get power-ups. You can set up parameters for a playlist that rotates through maps and game modes of your choice, but for a few maps there are, bugs are still around. You can get con geometry or have unresponsive menus. A couple of times, some of the weaponry randomly got multiple kills off one guy, so it often feels akin to an unpolished game jam concept more than a simple, but finished, final game. The dynamic is fun enough for a few rounds, and despite the brain-melting main concept, the overall gameplay mechanics around it are fairly simplistic. There's no need for leveling up, unlocking new gear, perks, or anything like that, which might be refreshing for veterans of competitive shooters. At the base level, you just have to learn to use the weapons the game provides you with, although some, like the crossbow, are much harder mastered than others. On top of the skill level necessary to play competitive first-person shooters, the ability to absorb the constant stream of information being shown to you might deter some players. In terms of presentation, having to display 4 screens at once online can be taxing, so the visuals are minimal, which actually helps out the design in an ingenious way, as it allows players to immediately see where other foes are situated, depending on the colors and the simple props that work like landmarks. The announcer narration, while seeming to capitalize on the tropes that games like Quake and Unreal Tournament have done before, seems a bit amateur at best.
King of the Hill. Murder mystery.
Although it's complemented by goofy kill notifications found in that era with some more modernized jokes. Screencheat's concept is undeniably novel, but after playing it for a bit, the appeal started to wear out quickly. With the content given that you'll cycle through, and at $15, it does sound a little steep for an hour-long distraction, especially if you don't have a local group of friends to share the fun with, and you have to convince other players online to buy it too, although it is a little cheaper with the 4-pack. While I was excited for it when I played it at PAX, actually sitting down for extended duration made me realize it doesn't stay fun for that long. If you do have the capacity to crowd your home with friends for this game, it's worth the price of admission for a heated laugh or two. But after this review, I don't necessarily know if I'll be making a return trip to the game, unless my friends want to mess around. It's fun for a brief giggle, but that's about it. Screencheat gets a 3 out of 5.